Professor, how credible is Washington's warning of possible false flag attacks planned by President Putin as a pretext to invade?
Well, I think they're credible, and I think it's a good tactic. This is not something new. You know, when I worked in the government, I worked 5 years in the Obama administration, and there were many times sitting in the White House Situation Room where I thought it was in our national interest to tell the American people and the world about intelligence we had. But the argument was always, oh, if we do that, we will expose our sources. So I admire how the Biden administration is leaning into this and declassifying information that normally is pretty hard to declassify. It suggests to me that it's credible.
Moscow already has forces pre-positioned within Ukraine. Together with cyber attacks aimed at taking down Ukraine's command and control capability, does this give Moscow an immediate advantage, or is Ukraine not going to be a pushover?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it really depends on what kind of military action Putin decides on, if he decides on it. I'm not prepared to say that I know he's made that decision. But once he does, there are many steps between a full-scale military invasion and occupation and doing nothing. One is cyber attacks. One is air attacks, where no troops or tanks cross the borders. Another would be to seize territory, Donbass, and say it is now either part of Russia or they're independent states. That's what he did in Georgia, after all, in 2008. And in particular, the big asymmetry on the military side is in the air. It's with Russian airplanes, Russian rockets that Ukraine doesn't have the capability to defend against. A military ground invasion, it's a little bit different fight. Ukraine does have weapons to protect themselves, and including from the United States of America. They're called javelins, very effective against tanks. But if he keeps it in the air, the Russians will have a great advantage.